Hey friends, Stephanie Zima here with Walk It Free mentorship program where we heal, connect, and level up. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about the price of freedom. We all want freedom. We want emotional freedom. We want time freedom. We want financial freedom. But are we really prepared to pay the price that it will take to have that kind of freedom? Let's find out today. Okay. If you're new to me, this mentorship program is a program that helps you to overcome emotional and mindset blocks, heal them, okay? Connect with your mission, vision, and values, your branding, your authentic self, and then taking the action to level up and getting and reaching the goals that you are setting. So let's talk about freedom though, because that's what we're here for, right? Freedom, freedom, freedom. Everyone is wanting freedom. We want financial freedom. We want time freedom. We want location freedom. We want all of that. But the price that we need to pay, that many are not aware of, is the price of self-discipline, okay? Self-discipline is the price that we have to pay. That's it. What exactly is self-discipline, right? What exactly is that? Leadership is a price we need to pay. What exactly is leadership? Action. What exactly do we need to take action on? So many things that we have in between our statement that we want financial freedom, we want time freedom, we want location freedom, and the actual thing, right? There's a gap in between where we are and where we made the decision. Yes, I want to have all the things. I'm going to sign up to be an entrepreneur. I want to do the things. I'm now a realtor. I have my license. I like all these things that you could be doing to have and make the money to, here we go, financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom. And this gap in between is where we get, how we're going to get there. Okay. And how we're going to get there is through self-discipline, through leadership, and through taking the action. But what exactly does that look like? What exactly is that? So taking action, for example, when you think about sales, creating sales, right? You are an online entrepreneur. In order to make money, in order to have this financial freedom, you need to have sales. So what does that mean? You need to know about prospecting. You need to know about lead generation. Like, how do you attract people to come and look at your business? You need to know about content creation and marketing. So how do you get eyeballs? How do you get people to look at you? How do you need to know about recruiting and sales conversations? How, once you have the lead and they have your attention, you have their attention, how are you converting them into either becoming a paying customer or maybe a team member? You need to know these kind of skills. Then you need to have some kind of product knowledge, right? What does the products do that you're selling? What are you even selling? There are so many different puzzle pieces that are being in that creating business bucket, so to speak, that many people are starting to get confused. And then your mind and your paradigm and all these things are starting to mess with your mindset, right? And that's where the obstacles are coming in for many people. Then you need to know about customer service and retention. How do you serve your customers best? How do you get referrals from them, for example? To duplicate in your business, to make it larger and bigger, it has to be always more than one person. So let's say you are a realtor, okay? Yes, you can be the best salesperson ever, but you can only do so much lead generation. You can only do so much. If you would have other customers that have been super happy with your services, they recommend you, and that's also a warm lead. So that means immediate trust. You don't have to go through the whole know, like, and trust factor. It's going to be an immediate trust. And somebody says, oh, I remember so and so, my friend bought a house from you also. And next thing you know, you have a really easy sale. But how do you get there? How do you get to that success? By knowing these kind of things, right? You need to know what kind of skills do you need to have, what kind of customer service do you need to do that leads to referral, and so on and so forth. So when you think about all of that, Everything requires a skill. All the things that are from where you made the decision you were going into business to your financial goal, your freedom goal, your time freedom, all that freedom that we want. This gap has now skills inside. Okay, we need to have skills in there. But there's more that needs to be in there, that needs to be tackled in order to go from here to here. You need to believe in yourself first. That is it. Freedom requires you to believe in yourself. It requires you to say, I love myself enough to actually take the action. And that's where discipline is coming in. Self-discipline is actually self-love. And I want you to think about this, because sometimes we are thinking, oh, discipline, ew, it feels yucky. When I thought discipline in the beginning, I always thought about being grounded. When I thought discipline, I would think about, people spanking other people. I mean, parents spanking children or whatever, right? That's what I was thinking about discipline. But the more I started learning, the more I started being an entrepreneur, the more I started paying attention to what obstacles there would be, the more I started realizing that self-discipline, discipline action, discipline consistent every single day action actually is self-love. Because here's the thing, if you discipline, let's say health and wellness factor, right? If you discipline your food choices, you have less inflammation and you are feeling better. So therefore you can work out better, which then again contributes to feeling better. Dopamine levels are high. If you discipline yourself to go get enough sleep, you are going to have that. Like, that's just what it is when you think about it, right? There's just so much good that comes out of you disciplining yourself to eat the right foods and to go to sleep. Think about it. That's it. Self-discipline is actually self-love. Now, the same thing is with your business. Let's say you discipline yourself to do your content creation regularly every single day. You post. You are attracting leads. Now you're attracting leads. That disciplined action will have a result that is good for your business, because without leads, we know we cannot close any sales, we cannot have any conversations, and we are not going to make any money, which when we don't make any money, it messes with our mindset, right? Again, it messes with our belief. It messes with we start doubting. We think, oh, maybe this is not for me. Maybe, when we have rejection from others, maybe that is not what we want to do. So I want to dive now into where a lack of self-belief and doubt comes from, because I don't think that many people are aware that all of it is connected, okay? We want freedom. We want time freedom. We want location freedom. We want financial freedom. Yet we have all these mindset and emotional obstacles that are in the way. Some of us more and others have less, okay? It depends on what? It depends on your paradigm. Your paradigm is the information that you got growing up, basically, okay? So your paradigm is, number one, conditioning from childhood. When you are a child, you absorb the beliefs of your parents and your caregivers, right? Your teachers maybe, or other authority figures. You absorb every single thing they're saying. We are a sponge. So that's why sometimes when, you really have to be aware, even as a parent, who is in the circle of your children, who talks to your child. That's why sometimes it's so dangerous when you are not paying attention what people online are talking about, the YouTube videos they're watching, all that kind of stuff, because every single thing they're hearing gets into their subconscious paradigm. It will get stored. Every single interaction will get stored in their paradigm. Now, I know this puts a ton of pressure and guilt possibly on you moms out there who are already way overwhelmed. I understand, because it's impossible for us to be so much in control all the time that we never have ever made a mistake with our children. So good news is, don't worry if you already messed up. Don't worry. You can always redo, because our brain is so resilient that even though we have learned something one day, we can relearn something new the next day. Okay. So childhood conditioning is one of the things that we absorb the beliefs of others. If we are, for example, always told that we are good enough, or we compared ourselves to others, we internalize that truth. So if you are not good enough, okay, you somehow think, I'm not good enough to do this. I'm not good enough to attempt this. These other people are going to be much better. And it can be, and I just want you to know, it can be something as simple as, maybe your parent was telling you, listen, you cannot go outside like this. You have to put on makeup, or you have to make your hair, or you have to put on jeans, because the other people, what are they going to think about you? Stuff like that alone, in good intention meant, okay, but parents don't do this for ill intentions. They're doing this just because they are carrying on their belief system. But that belief system could lay the foundation for you now as an entrepreneur to start doubting yourself when you are showing up somewhere, when you are doing certain things. That's where the power of personal development comes in. So basically, when you see yourself stuck, right? When you see yourself not able to move, not being able to do things, often it is some kind of belief that you're hanging onto from your paradigm that is stuck there, okay? And it needs to be reframed so that you can take the action in your business that you want. Because clearly, having jeans on as a child when you're going outside is something good to do, right? I tell my daughter that too. She's 11. I'm like, the time for the leggings are kind of over. You should maybe put some real pants on. And I explain to her why I say that, right? But some other parents may not be explaining it. And so you could, as a child, possibly adopt a belief that you are not good enough because you picked the wrong pair of pants. It's an example, okay? You get the message. It's something that you need to consider when you are evaluating where you are stuck at. What is going on for you? Okay. Another thing would be reinforce patterns through experiences. So past failures, for example, if you failed all the time, if you were criticized all the time, if you were rejected all the time, all of these things are shaping your belief system. That's why it's so important that you are around a tribe of people that are encouraging and uplifting. Okay, uplifting and say, hey, you fell down, that's okay, come on again, keep coming, it's fine. Okay, because otherwise you could say, man, I fell, this didn't work out, well, I must not be good enough. And that is why so many online entrepreneurs, network marketers, for example, especially the ones in the beginning, they are quitting because they are failing and no one taught them the gap in between here and here. Okay, no one taught them that gap, no one taught them all the skills, because you probably signed up with your friend, and your friend of a friend maybe, and that friend of a friend didn't have all the knowledge to get you for where you need to go. So you just are experiencing failure and criticism from your family, and failure, and then you believe that you can't do it, which is a complete lie, because you can. You just need to find someone who has the skills to show you and teach you the things you need to know. Okay. Doubt can come in when you are wanting to be in your comfort zone and let the fear of the unknown win, basically. So our subconscious mind is supposed to keep us safe. That's its job. That's why it's there, right? We are supposed to stay safe, not successful, because successful is often perceived as dangerous. Successful people are not always liked. Successful people are often alone, right? And that's not necessarily what we have in mind when we talk about financial freedom. When we say, oh, we want the location freedom, we want the things. Well, you want the things, But again, are you willing to pay the price? Because the price is sometimes you have to work alone. The price is you need to become a leader. Leaders are on the top. Leaders are often alone, right? Leaders need to put in work hours when others are not doing it. So self-discipline again, okay? You have to be able to do things at your time, yes, but maybe on weekends when everybody else sleeps in, or, so there's a lot of different moving pieces that you need to decide. And being in the comfort zone is definitely something that keeps you from creating that time freedom that you are looking for. Generational and societal influences. That's kind of like what I talked about with your surroundings, right? Many women are raised with a subconscious programming to seek approval, play small, or just not rock the boat. Okay, that's what we are taught. I mean, not me personally. My family, we somehow all rock the boat all the time, but I mean that's kind of what it is. So perfectionism and comparison mode is often very much encouraged by society, which does not help you when you feel stuck, right? When you feel stuck, perfectionism is not really great. And honestly, perfectionism is not super great anyway for your mindset, for your mental well-being, for your mental health, because that's where, when you look at it, so many people are having anxiety and having depression and overwhelmed and are feeling really, really stressed out. Is because they are trying to be perfect in an absolutely imperfect world where there's so many different perceptions out there of how to do it, who to do it with, where to do it. Like, I mean, it's just insane. Okay. It's just insane. All right. So what we need to do to rewire this paradigm and to really get self-disciplined, which is also self-discipline. Remember, what did I say? Drop it in the comments. Self-discipline equals self-love. So in order to do that, we need to rewire our paradigm. How do we do that? I'm going to share with you. Okay, and if you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe, like this, and drop your takeaways in the comments, please. Okay. All right. Number one is to reprogram your self-image. In order to rewire your paradigm, you need to reprogram your self-image. You need to challenge the fear-based stories in your head. So whatever you are scared of, whatever you are afraid of, you've got to write them all down. Write that all down on a piece of paper on the one side, and then reframe that with something positive, with something goal achieving on the other side. Okay. And kind of see, is this something I'm really needing to be afraid of, or does that not exist anymore? So is your brain thinking about a saber-toothed tiger? And then you start realizing they don't exist anymore. Today's world, right? So it's kind of, you have to put that into perspective, whatever your fear is, and make sure that that fear is either still accurate or not founded on. Okay. Then after you have done those two things, that's now time to take small little actions. Okay. Small actions will yield results, and the reason why they need to be small and achievable is so that your brain can catch up and start realizing, oh, wait a minute, I am good enough in this. I am not sucking so bad. I can do this. Okay, if I can do this, maybe I can do it a little bit more. So what happens is, when you do it this way, you are actually building belief. And once you build belief, you are able to move a little bit further, move the needle a little bit further, make the actions a little bolder, a little bit, bigger. That's how it is. Once you have more confidence, okay, step by step by step, we're walking it free, step by step by step. Once you have more confidence, now you are going to detach from your external validation. What that means is you do not have to worry anymore about the other people approving of you. You are able to create your content because you love it. You are able to make the rules. You are now stepping towards that freedom that you're actually wanting to do, right? You want to have that freedom. How are you going to get it? by taking the actions that I'm telling you in this video right here. Okay, so slowly rework your paradigm, rework those things, those goals, take the action so you are able to start having confidence. Okay, and when you do that, disciplined, meaning every single day, small, tiny actions every single day. Once you do that, there is no reason why you wouldn't have any kind of success. You will have success. There is no way around it. The only reason why you're not having success right now is because you are not taking the action. You're not doing it regularly because somewhere in your mind there's a belief stuck. Somewhere in your mind you are telling yourself like, oh, I don't have time today. It's not important. I shouldn't, and yada, yada, yada. And very often, the reason why you're not doing it is because somewhere deep down you are believing that you are not worth it. Okay? When you're not taking self-disciplined actions, it's because you're not loving yourself enough. Boom, mic drop. Okay? That's what it is. You are not loving yourself enough. Yes, you want the freedom. Yes, you want the time freedom. You want the location freedom. You want the financial freedom, but you can't achieve that if you do not love yourself enough to take the action, to set the boundaries, to walk it free one step at a time. You just won't. Okay? So that's what you need to do. Confidence isn't something you are born with. I need you to understand that. You are not being born an entrepreneur that has it all together. You are not born like that. You are born with qualities. You're born with drive, with curiosity, with ambition, right? You're born with passion maybe, but you are not born with confidence. Confidence is something that you build one small step at a time, one small belief at a time, one small thought at a time. And then you have to have the self-discipline, which equals your self-love. And from there, you are starting to do something. All right. Now, if you want support, guidance, or any more know-how, okay, join the Walk It Free tribe at www.walkitfree.com/unite, or send me a message. I would love to point you in the right direction. I have created lots of content so far. I have an online course that I can share with you for free. Just get into the community, say hello, tell me what you're looking for, and I will point you in the right direction. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I would love to read your takeaways down below in the comments, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.